Hi, Dennis Schrummel again with HeatMyFloors.com. The second video session is going to talk about the unique features and benefits of the Step Warm Floor Heating product. We're going to delve into how the product works under any floor covering and give you tips on installation. Hope you enjoy. Design considerations and planning. Of course, you're meeting with your client. You got to know what they want, what's their expectations, what's the end result that you're trying to achieve. Of course, we can do it total heat, new construction in the slab, and we can do it as a retrofit too. But 90% of all our jobs are be done with this. I mean, this is kind of one of the same supplemental heat. Could be the 4-season porch that it was maybe a 3-season, a 4-season changeover. We want to utilize that area more. We can make it more supplemental heat. Add into the heat or primary heat. Maybe it's just not cost effective to get out that 4-season porch any ductwork. Or maybe the furnace can't handle the extra load, or it's a long run. It's less cost and everything to add the radiant floor heat, provide more comfort than what the forced air is going to provide in there. But yeah, floor warming, 90% of all our things. And what would you think is our number one, where do we sell the most to? Any volunteers on what applications? Bathrooms, kitchens, basements, bedrooms? Bathroom. Think so? Basements. And you think about the retrofit capability of this, how many people have existing basements that are not warm? Okay, subfloor construction. And I'm going to try to get through this. I mean, I'm going to fly through these slides pretty quick. But the main thing is that to know is, are we working on wood or are we working on concrete? And we want that information fed to us from you so we can help design certain jobs. There's going to be a time where you're just going to say, hey, I know how to do this. I just need the element. I'll throw it in, get a transformer later. When it comes to speed or just knowledge of the product. But the thing is, and it's a key that we want to cover on, is insulation. Same thing with concrete. We want to make sure it's insulated. Underneath the slab if we're doing that, or on top of the slab if it's a retrofit. And here's a couple of products here. And you guys said it too, you gentlemen. Heat, hot air rises, and heat moves equally to cold. Heat will always transfer to cold. And I've had plenty of arguments with people at home shows that say heat rises, but then you tell them, okay, what about the sun? How does that heat come from the sun? Right, radiant heat moves equally in all directions. Hot air rises. So we had quite a discussion during a trade show there. It is a critical role in determining, results. Why do we heat our house? We insulate our houses. We got to contain that heat from being escaped to the outside. So we're going to insulate under the elements by a 4-to-1 ratio. Now that's not always going to be possible, because if we want more R value down, that means our floor heights get higher. And that may be problems with transitions, right? Going into unheated rooms or different floor coverings. Perimeter insulation is important, but we can't always get perimeter insulation in an existing home, right? You're not going to tear up the foundation edge and put down slab. So if we can contain it underneath, great. And here's how you're going to do it. This home is unique. And basically he took this and redid this. This gentleman's out of Ham Lake, and foamed the walls. And I didn't get any shots. He didn't take no shots of the element. But I just love how this room just how he transformed the room. He says they use it all the time now. Yesterday we had a thing, it should have been a winter shot on it, but beautiful room. Okay, we're going to talk about Cerazorb. I'll pass this around, but this is basically a 3/16 inch insulation piece. What makes this thing unique is that it's a peel and stick. So you can take it and stick it to the floor as a means of insulation. Now, this product I think is out of the East Coast, and they tile on this, but I don't see anybody tiling this because you're concerned about it's porous, it's spongy, you're worried about bonding on it. I'm going to pass that around. That is one of the products, and it comes in a 4x4 footprint, so 16 square feet. This is what it'll look at. Caution to you, if you use this stuff, once it's stuck. That's, you can push on it hard and look at that. It holds itself. So it's good insulation. One way of insulating. And typically you do this for carpet. I'm going to call on Mr. Merwin a little bit on carpet installations because he's installed this in carpet. But you also use it on engineered wood floors. So you're isolating the slab from downward heat loss, right? Putting the element on top. And now we want to hold the element down to this. And you can do that by two means. One, by approved tape. Or, where's Chris? Chris, you use hot melt glue. Now, adhesives are bad with this product, right? And I'll touch on that. But no construction adhesive. But a little hot melt glue dollop to hold it down and press it down to make it flat, perfect. That'll work fine. So this is one way of insulating these floors with the peel and stick applications. Cork. This job was done on Lake Minnewaska, and the spacing typically, this is carpeted, and you can do it under laminate. Some guys like cork. Flooring stores will carry them. Some guys, I don't know, tiled on cork. Some guys are very weary of tiling on cork. But typically carpet and laminate wood. Again, you would hot melt glue it down or use a pre-approved tape, but not, stress this word, not duct tape. There's approved tapes that are out there. And this one does say duct tape, but with the D-U-C-K, not D-U-C-T. The duct tape, the adhesives in the duct tape, or the glues and construction adhesive will basically smother the element, or the carbon. It'll come back. They don't know when, but it's come back. The stuff that they've done that is snuffed out, it'll just reduce the energy output of it. So there's minimum spacing that we got to watch out for. The other one we have is a pro panel, and you might see they have Weedy in your flyer. You have that green flyer in your handout. And in that green flyer, it says, there it is, that one, it's called Step Warm Floor and has a picture of the element. In there have insulation examples that you can reference to. And you also have a flyer that's in there that's on this pro panel. This pro panel is just basically a lightweight cement board, 3x5, 1/4 inch. They usually use this for, tiled wall. It comes in 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch applications. This product the manufacturers tested along with Weedy. The Weedy looks just basically the same thing. It's just, here's the Weedy. This comes in a 3x5 panel too. And this is imported from Germany. So you can see, if we're more costs adding up versus something that's made in the United States, this is about $18 a 3x5 panel. This is about $35. 3x5 panel. Good stuff though. And the purpose is that we need to bond tile to this, to the floor, and provide an insulation break for our system. The finished floor material determines the spacing of the elements. And the spacing is really determined by tile is very, heat conducts well through tile, correct? So, pardon me? Not to grow. Could be, yeah, although it's cementous.
One tile's warm, the next one's not.
I wonder if that's maybe a temperature is it spacing of the element that perhaps you're seeing underneath there?
This doesn't conduct. If you have heated mat into this one and not into this one, it's not going to conduct. It's going to quit at the grout.
Anybody experiencing that same thing? I guess interesting comment on that. With tile, here's your normal 2.5 inches spacing between the elements. So if can you give me another element there, Todd? I mean, generally, if you got a spacing between the elements at 2.5 inches. Never touching, 1 inch to 3 inches is fine. So just some guidelines that you want to follow. And when we design these systems for you, you're going to figure this all out. But this is just kind of information to keep in the old data bank upstairs. Wood spacing, 3 to 5 is typical. And that's going to be the same with vinyl systems, or 3 to 5 inches spacing. So as you can see, the more of an insulated system up above, like tile or carpet or wood, they have some insulation properties to them that helps hit that and spread it.